Why do we suffer? Is there a way to end it? Let's explore a story that might hold the answers. Over 2,000 years ago, a wealthy merchant named Zeno of Cyprus lost everything when his ship sank. In an instant, he went from rich to penniless. But instead of giving up, Zeno found a new path in philosophy. That loss led him to create a way of living that has guided people ever since Stoicism. Imagine you're Zeno. How would you feel if you lost everything? Anger? Sadness? It's natural. But Stoicism offers a different way to respond. Zeno realized that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. This idea is called the dichotomy of control, and it's central to Stoicism. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or being cold. It's about finding inner peace by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. It teaches us to focus on what really matters, not external things like wealth or fame. This idea resonated with leaders like Marcus Aurelius and Nelson Mandela. The Stoics taught that life's uncertainties aren't problems, but opportunities. They believed in wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom helps us understand what we can change. Courage helps us face challenges. Temperance teaches self-restraint. Justice reminds us to act fairly. One important Stoic practice is voluntary discomfort. This means intentionally doing hard things like sleeping on the floor or skipping a meal to prepare our minds for life's challenges. This builds strength and helps us appreciate what we have. Stoicism also teaches us to detach our happiness from external things. The Stoics knew that basing our happiness on wealth, fame, or other people's opinions leads to disappointment. Instead, they urged us to find happiness from within. Seneca, a famous Stoic, said living with less makes room for the things that truly matter. Stoicism tells us to aim for excellence for its own sake, not for rewards or recognition. Epictetus said, "The goal of life is to understand what's within our control and what isn't." This idea is still helpful today. Rational emotive behavioral therapy, REPT, and logotherapy are based on Stoic principles. These therapies teach us to challenge negative thoughts and focus on what we can control, even in tough times. Nelson Mandela found strength in Stoicism during his 27 years of imprisonment. When he was freed, he chose forgiveness, not revenge. Mandela showed us how Stoicism helps us focus on what we can change and let go of what we can't. Life is unpredictable. A storm might sink a ship, or it might bring a new wind to carry us forward. Stoicism doesn't promise to stop hardship, but it teaches us how to handle it with grace. We can't control the storm, but we can adjust our sails. By shifting our perspective, we can find peace in chaos. A true Stoic doesn't measure success by what they achieve, but by how they try. Whether in work, art, or family, Stoicism teaches us to enjoy the journey, not just the result. And if our ship sinks, like Zeno's did, Stoicism helps us accept that loss is part of life. What matters isn't how long we sail, but how we navigate the journey. In every storm, there's a chance to grow, to learn, and to live fully.